Hello everyone, and welcome to the first video of the Manowar discography review series, as I'm going to be going from their first album all the way down to whatever album I have in my possession of the band Manowar. Kicking it off with their debut album entitled Battle Hymn. Initial thoughts: very solid album. It's starting to really grow on me. I kind of like it. So let's waste no time and let's go through this thing track by track. We get to the opening song, which is called Death Tone, and right off the bat, immediately sets the tone for what's to come with the rest of this album. Death Tone is a killer opening track. I really like this track a lot. It's got that classic biker metal vibe to it. It's like you can walk into a biker bar, and this song will be blasting all night. It's got that vibe to it. It's got that, aggression. It's got the energy. It's got the songwriting is very tight. The instrumentation is great. Everything about Deftone is solid and is a perfect opening track. And it easily leads us to Metal Days, which, capitalizes on the momentum of Deftone and continues it, push it forward. Metal Days, yet another solid track. Not as good as Deftone, but good in its own right. Which leads us to the track Fast Taker, which is, again, another solid track that continues the momentum that was set up from Deftone. And of course, Fast Taker takes us to Shell Shock, which is, another, decent song to itself. Which another decent song to itself, which I don't know. Which, it's good, but I wouldn't listen to Shell Shock again because I didn't really care for it that much. But so yeah, so like the first half of this album is pretty solid, and every single song does what it needs to do in maintaining that momentum. But to me, pretty much after Death Tone, a lot of the songs on the first side are kind of like unmemorable. Even though I gave them praise, they really are not memorable enough for me. Until we get to side 2, which to me, side 2 is the strongest side of this album. Kicking off with the track Manowar, which is the perfect signature anthem for the band. It completely describes what these guys are all about. Manowar, the song, is fantastic. Which leads us to Dark Avenger, which is another goddamn killer track. And I love that midway bridge with the Orson Welles narration, which just further enhances the awesomeness of this song. And then we get to the penultimate, which is William's Tale, which is pretty much a bass solo by Joey DeMaio, and it's a really, really well done bass solo that I really, really like. Then we get to the closing track, which is Battle Hymn. And Battle Hymn is how you close an album. It is awesome. It's got that triumphant, symphonic energy to it. It's got a killer chorus that was made for an arena show where the crowd would just chant, "Victory! Victory!" And of course you get that choir doing, so yes, Battle Hymn is awesome. So pretty much solid opener, an awesome closer, and everything else in between is okay, but not too bad. Like I said, even though I gave praise to the first half of the album, pretty much to me after Death Tone, the songs Metal Days, Fast Taker, and Shell Shock, those 3 songs, while they're good in their own right, they're not really memorable, to me at least. But the songs from the song Manowar to Battle Hymn, amazing. Good shit. So, with all said and done, I'm going to give this album a solid 8 out of 10. I give it 8 out of 10 simply because the songs Death Tone, Manowar, Dark Avenger, William's Tale, and Battle Hymn. 5 out of the 8 songs are very, very solid. But the songs Metal Days, Fast Taker, and Shell Shock, they kind of bring it down a little bit because, while they do have energy and they maintain the pace, they're pretty much forgettable. And they have that, generic, and it does have that, generic heavy metal sound to it. And Manowar is anything but a generic heavy metal band, especially when we get to their later discography, where they really start to shape their own sound. And that's another reason why I give this album an 8 out of 10, is because at the end of the day, it really does just sound like any other metal album from the 80s. It doesn't have that signature, heavy Manowar power sound to it. But again, as a debut, it's a really solid debut, and most of the album is very, very, very good. So, those are my thoughts on Battle Hymn, Manowar's first outing. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll check you back next time.